This is Nino. Another edition of the 2 Cents Podcast. How everybody out there doing? I got an interesting topic, and this was from the females, and this was from the males. The most hottest and freakiest zodiac signs for women. This is for the females that was asking, but this predominantly was the males that was asking. And by right, they should be asking as the males. Again, what are the most freakiest and hottest zodiac signs for women? According to astrological interpretations, Scorpios is often cited as the most hottest and freakiest and sexually active zodiac sign, not only for women, but also this is for men. So I guess that's why the women was inquiring too. Because again, what's good for the women or what's good for the men is good for the women. So Scorpio, the number one draft choice when getting freaky and hot and sexual active on both ends of the spectrum, as far as men and women, due to their intense passion and desire for deep emotional connections. Other signs are often mentioned for their high sex drives, include Aries, Leos, Sagittarius, each with their own unique approach to intimacy. Start out with the Scorpios again, are known for their intense passion and desire for deep emotional connections. They are often described as having a high sex drive and a need for intimacy, and extends beyond the physical. Well, that is true, because I had a Scorpio I was hollering at. And man, she could not get enough. I mean, dominant. And, get kind of upset. But I'm talking about intense intercourse, intense foreplay. They are good in the bed, in the sack. They are good as far as talking, leading up, role playing to the sex. I'm just speaking now on what I went through dealing with a female Scorpio. Now, ladies, I cannot speak on the men, but maybe what I'm saying, or maybe what I'm explaining, or giving my opinion on women who have dealt with Scorpio men, see some of the things that I'm saying and saying, well, Nino, you are hitting home with that. But I'm talking about high sex drive, all the time. I'm talking about deep connections, and I'm talking about, some angry sex. In a good way, but some angry sex. Those Scorpios, man, they ain't no joke. One thing I know about Scorpios, too, well, two things I know about Scorpio. And this one thing about it is sexually, they handle their business. They very deep with it. They can do it all the time. They like an energized bunny. And also with Scorpios, just in everyday life, don't have no beef with him, with them, either him or her, but don't have no beef with them, because they are very revengeful. They don't forget, and they don't forgive very easily. Aries, who is ruled by Mars, is another sign associated with high sexual energy and a fiery, passionate approach to intimacy. They are also known for their assertiveness and desire for dominance in the bedroom. See, Aries love a lot of attention, but they are fiery, and they will get down. Aries woman, I have dealt with her, but then I have heard reports about Aries woman. See, an Aries woman would want to be one of them women that when you get home, if you got her, and say she's staying with you, she always is kind of ahead of the game, and she really feeling you on a deep connection. She's probably, you probably come in from a long, hard day of work. She has you water run, but the whole time while you about to get ready and take a shower, wind down, or even eat dinner, she's walking around in something skimpy, with less clothing or fabric on that she can have. My point, when I was dealing with the Aries, I would come home, she would have me a hot meal, And then she was sexy, walking around butt naked. So you already know, man, I come in, I get my shower, and then I'm ready to eat, get my eat on, you know, what she done prepared for me. And of course, the dessert is her. So, you know, I'm not even talking a lot. And I'm talking about fiery, man. I'm talking about very fiery. She will get very volatile. If you got an Aries woman, and I'm talking to the players out there, and you putting it down right, and you know, you giving her that good thrust and hitting that thud, well, if you put it down right orally, fellas, or you put it down right, you know, with the penetration, she's going to be very volatile. Man, we lived in an apartment, and back then, man, I was like, wow. I bet my neighbors was just like, man, going crazy, because she is just hollering and saying all kind of things and screaming my name and telling, you know, to go deeper and, you know, suck here and suck there. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. They very volatile, but it was, you know, it gets you into, you know, it gets you into the sexual activity. It gets you into the moment. But, man, very volatile. No wonder when I would come out, you know, I would check the mail, and my neighbors, when I would come in, because she stayed with me, but she was gone a lot, and then she eventually moved out and got her own spot, they were looking at me upside my head crazy with that little smile on their face. And it basically was the women and some of the men. And I'm telling my little old, you know, my little old Aries lady, man, I'm not really all that. But, I mean, they get right into it, especially if they in the moment and you taking care of your business, fella, you hitting them spots and sucking them spots right. You dig what I'm saying? Then there's Leos. Leos love attention. But Aries love attention. But Leos, I see, love attention and are known for their playful and confident approach to sex. They enjoy being the center of attention and often seen as fun and exciting experience. Leo women are very beautiful and sexy. I'm talking about build nice, and I'm not saying taking a knock from the other ladies, but they do have a radiance and confidence that's off the chart. They know they the S-H-I-T, you know, Leo women, you know. They're playful and confident. And see, Leo women also, from what I heard, you know, intertwining with them or engaging with them is you can't get nothing better when dealing with Leo women, you know. They're beautiful, you know, again, they keep their manicure, they keep their pedicure up, but it's like Leo women feel like, yeah, this is what I'm just saying, that, you know, you should be so lucky to be in my presence. You should be so lucky to be taking me to bed. You should be so lucky to have intercourse with me. You should be so lucky that I'm with you. But they have confidence that, you know, that this overwhelming, but it's sexy too. Because again, a lot of them that I done seen, and I haven't really been with a Leo woman, but I have seen my partners that have a Leo woman, they look good in them clothes. And a lot of times, if a person look good in them clothes and that fabric on them, you can imagine how they look when them clothes and them fabrics are not on them and they're in their birthday suits. But them Leo women are very confident, love the center of attention. Don't take y'all from for one time. And certainly, of course, when you're with them sexually, you better not have your mind on nothing but them. I'm talking about no slip-ups or nothing. All attention, all eyes, all radar is on the Leo women. Then comes Sagittarius. I remember this Sagittarius. Now, I was fortunate to have a Sagittarius woman, you know. She was cool too, but Sagittarius women are adventurous, energetic, seeking excitement and pleasure in their sexual encounters. They are not afraid to try new things and enjoy a passionate and adventurous sex life. Well, yeah, they're exhibitionists too. See, they don't want you to keep sticking them orally doing them the same way. You know, they might want you now. they might want you to give them oral one time where, you know, you're down between their legs. And then the next time, they might want you to give them oral where you're laying there and they have their vagina, you know, on your, right there on your face, while their head is where your penis is. And this is what I've seen about the Sagittarius woman too. They also, while you giving them orally, and without even asking, and if you putting it down and doing your thing, they will get right on that thing, and then they will eat your meat up. They will get busy on your penis as well as you getting busy on their vagina. So they love new things. They love different ways of sexual positions. They love all of that. Very adventurous. They're kind of quiet too. They want you to, you know, they want you kind of to take the lead. I guess they kind of want to see that you know what you're doing. But they're willing to try new things, you know. Sagittarius women, I heard, are good for threesomes too. You know, very good for threesomes. You know, love to look, their threesomes is, they basically love a man and two women. Other signs also have their unique strengths in the bedroom are Tauruses, who are sexual and dedicated approach, Geminis with curiosity and adaptability, Pisces, sensual and romantic nature. Well, Tauruses, yeah, I had a little Taurus stripper one time. And even though when I would go see at the club, she would always try to give me that vibe where, you know, I don't really want to do this, don't talk sexual to me. But I think she was just saying that because, you know, we was in the club, a little tipsy, me and my partner. He hollering at his little old stripper, I'm hollering at her. And we kind of just chopping it up amongst each other right there. So I think they're very private. Because let me tell you, man, much as she was saying, you know, hush, don't say that while we're out talking amongst a few people around us. When we got that private part and we got private between this me and her, man, all kind of sexual motivation came out with her. I'm talking about, man, she would come, drop it. I'm talking about lay there, talk to me, try to leave, you know, and I'm like, well, baby, I got this. You know, I'm a little bit older than you. I got this. But see, I'm the type, I don't appreciate, even though I know what I'm doing, a woman kind of like, well, do this, do that. Just don't go overboard with it. But yeah, and Taurus, and she will try any kind of way, man. They are sensual and a dedicated approach. I mean, and she would always make sure that I would get mine. Now, some of the females are just about getting theirs, but that's what I loved about my little Taurus stripper. She would always make sure that I would get mine, you know. Even if a lot of times she done got hers 2 or 3 times before I got mine, she would always say, Nino, baby, have you got yours? And I was like, yeah, because I would always be down with, hey, baby, well, come on, you know, I'm going to get you out, and you might have to get to work. No. Even if she was running late, she always would make sure that I would get mine. And that was cool to me. Gemini, freaky. Talk. But we'll get down and very curious, you know. I mean, you know, a Gemini woman will just, you know, have you laying there, putting it on you, then go down, grab your penis, and then just put your nutsack in her mouth, and then just get busy with it, all kind of ways, you know. And they're very sexy too, but they like to talk, a lot of foreplay. They like to talk a lot, you know. They're very curious, don't ask you 1,000 things, but willing to do 1,000 ways. Want sex position from this. Like to do froggy style. Like to do doggy style, you know. Like to have one leg up here. Like to have one leg back there. Like to do the gymnast way. When they sit down on you and they split them legs like that, you laying down and then they'll split their legs and jump right down on top of that pimp muscle of yours. They like to get down like that. Now, Pisces, my Pisces she had a very big derriere, and she was pretty cool too, but she was kind of romantic. See, she wanted to lead in things. She wanted to set, you know, set the temperature right. She want to set the moment right. She wanted to come in, you know, and have certain things around the bed, you know, get into the moment. She would like to go out and then do her little thing with the Mary Jane and then come in. She didn't like to rush either, but she was a fine piece of woman. I'm talking about had one of the biggest major backside that I had seen in a while, chocolate pretty thing. But she always wanted to set that tone first, you know, very sensual, want to rub on you and lay on you, but romantic nature, you know. She want to be romantic. She want to be romance. She want to make this like, this could be for keeps. You know, a lot of times, a lot of these signs I'm talking about, basically, with this, get intimate, and then it's cool, and then it's to the next time. But to me, now I'm just speaking, my little Pisces female, every time we got down, she was like, it's forever. This might be the, you know, I'm getting down because this could be the last time. That it wasn't the last time, but she just came, that's how her approach was when we would ever get down like it's the last time. And my meaning about that, she gave great effort. She would go HARD every time we got down. I'm talking about, man, after I would get through with that Pisces girl, man, I was tired too. And then, like I say, she always gave kind of the feeling that she wasn't into it till you get the clothes off of her, you know, because, see, I like to talk about it up to her, you know, but she was always like, huh? And I used to say, man, you forgive her, because I would call her and tell her, you know, before you come over, do this, do this, do this. But I like it, like, when I give my ladies, I like, look here, baby, come over here, do this, you know, wear this, wear this, wear this, wear this. And I would think she wasn't even listening to me. But actually, because I get out the phone, I'm like, man, she ain't listening to me. Because I told her one time, hey, when you come over to the crib, just have on a jacket, and under the jacket don't have nothing on, you know, and just have on some, just have on your little, some nice little high shoes. So I'm saying, and she ain't never really, she wasn't saying nothing. So by whole, I'm thinking she ain't hearing me, going and wandering and come out the other. Man, by the time she came over, she said, I'm on my way, and I opened that door, she had exactly what I had requested. And I even told her, man, you be giving me the indication that you don't even listen. And she said, yeah, I listen to everything. But I don't have to reply to you just because you telling me something. I got it. And I'm like, well, baby, you know, I didn't know that. So I had to learn it. The Pisces chick kind of threw me out because through all the other females I could never really gauge her. But like I said, she was romantic and she was very sexual and sensual when we got in that sack. The most hottest and freakiest zodiac signs for women. 2 cents. My